Now, we were talking yesterday about how Black Friday is more sort of Black Week or indeed Black Month because there's so many deals swirling around at the moment. And look, many shoppers are looking at their email inboxes, looking on social media because they're being bombarded with deals at the moment. But, of course, that means lots of fraudsters are on the march.
That's right, because with increased online sales and spam emails comes increased online fraud.
So we're asking this morning what you can do to ensure that you and your loved ones shop safely. So let's speak to cybersecurity expert Deryck Mitchelson, who joins us in the studio this morning. Look, this is alarming. You know, lots of people get overwhelmed by these kinds of emails anyway, but if people are taking advantage of that kind of snowball of emails at the moment, we need to be hyper alert, hyper vigilant at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. There's scammers come from all over the world, obviously. The internet doesn't have borders, so we see a huge increase in the amount of phishing and spam email that comes from the Black Friday period right up to Christmas. It's about 20% of emails that come in as much as that are actually scam emails.
Gosh. And what kind of tactics typically do people need to look out for? What's being used to fish for your details and fraud? So
social media is used to do a lot of the phishing, but most of these emails that come out are just general emails with the too good to be true deal. So it's electrics, it's designer goods, and of course everybody's trying to get a bargain, particularly this time of year. So it's so easy to do a single click. You're through to a website that looks like it's the proper website because it's got all the same graphics, a similar name to what you expect, a similar experience to go through and actually make your purchase. But you just then realise there's an issue and it doesn't turn up.
And you use the phrase there, too good to be true. And I suppose the advice really there is if it looks too good to be true, probably is.
Well, of course. I mean, what I do, because I, like everyone, I get a lot of these emails that are coming through myself. And sometimes there are good bargains to be had. But what I would always suggest people do is they go to the original website and they actually purchase on there. If the deal comes through in an email, it should also be available if you do the Google search or the Bing search and you go directly to the retailer.
And because we're in a cost of living crisis, people are looking to gadgets to save money, things like air heaters and air fryers. Is there a specific targeted fraud campaign this time around the cost of living crisis?
Yes, absolutely there is. Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, it's every time this year, as I say, we see it's very much a pivot between the amount of the spam that comes out from the threat actors, the attacking groups, and then the authorities, etc., National Crime Centre here, Action Fraud as well, they're trying to actually balance that and try to give it advice as to how to stay safe. And it becomes more difficult every year.
Absolutely. And I suppose what's not very encouraging is the fact that even by clicking on some of these emails, you can find yourself in a bit of bother. So best advice is actually not even to open. I mean, if you click on it and open some of these emails, what happens?
Yes, I mean, so a lot of these emails will have attachments in them. The attachments themselves are dangerous, so these attachments will actually install viruses, malware on PCs. But the ones we see at the moment tend to be the single clicks that go through to that retail shop or the retail experience. Or if you're on social media, you actually find a posting that's getting done. It's the same as actually if you're walking, I think, in retail, walking through shops. You wouldn't walk in a shop if the shop doesn't actually look, if it's not something you know, if the shop itself doesn't look legitimate, you wouldn't go in the shop and transact. On the internet, it's exactly the same. I would recommend you stay with what you know.
Yeah.
You go direct to these brands that you actually know. And there's some great bargains to be had at this time of year. You know, you certainly don't want to be losing money. Cybercrime at the moment, coming up between Black Friday and Christmas, people are losing an average on scams of about £1,000 per scam at the moment.
Gosh.
So the advice is ignore the emails and stick with the trusted suppliers.
Some of the emails that come through, if they point you in good bargains, go to the website directly. The bargain will absolutely be there. Don't go in for this single click all the way through because you may well live to regret that bargain.
OK. Deryck Mitchelson, cybersecurity expert. Really good advice from you this morning. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.